In this episode, Megg and I continue our adventure south, riding through the breathtaking mountains of Hidalgo. Our destination, a one-of-a-kind stay in an abandoned Cantarito turned Airbnb, perched high in the hills with an epic view of the mysterious Cerro de la MULA. But of course, the journey there was anything but simple. We found ourselves winding through vast remote desert landscapes of this rugged, raw, and utterly beautiful state. One thing I've learned about exploring Mexico, you never know what magic lies around each corner, and there's a good reason I've been traveling this country for so long. We're on a quest to see as much of its beauty as we can in the next 3 months, so buckle up. This is Go Far Adventure. Morning coffee with a view of Jacala. Very foggy day.
Not as good as the Bowman coffees on the roof in Hidalgo, that's for sure.
No, not at all. Are you ready? Sorry, I didn't really ask. What is? The township of Jacala served as a brief overnight stop on our way towards Ixmiquilpan, a highly recommended city in Hidalgo known for its big Monday markets and incredible food scene. We hit the road pretty early, at least for Megg's standards, filled up the tank with gas and began our travel day. Winding our way up in elevation, we were rewarded with a view of the desert landscape. I had a feeling this ride might turn into something special. After a brief roadblock, we began to find our rhythm. When I'm riding through these places, I'm totally immersed in the moment. I'm not focused on anything that happened earlier in the day or what I have to do after the ride. I'm taking note of the scene unfolding, trying to freeze frames in the blink of an eye. I see a snapshot of people's faces as I pass by them, observing their daily lives. I smell when the air becomes more crisp, and I feel the changes in temperature. This particular day, we rode through many different climate zones, as the day started off quite hot and sunny and quickly became gloomy and cold as we gained continuous elevation, riding past the big rigs through the crisp mountain forest. It seemed wherever we were, it was donkey country, as I remember passing many wild donkeys migrating along this highway route. Eventually we exited the heavily forested region and the sun began to return, as did our hunger, and after passing a few roadside food stands, we settled on the perfect Mirador restaurant, overlooking the desert valley and providing us our first experience to try the famous tlayuda, essentially a Mexican pizza, a large stick tortilla with beans, cheese, and meat. It was delicious, especially paired with our micheladas, and it was a much-needed break. With our bellies full, bums less numb, and excitement high, we were back on the road. Within a couple hours of our destination, we continued gazing at each beautiful landscape that swept by us, like browsing through an art museum. Every few kilometers was like admiring a new painting. Being such a remote region of Mexico, Google Maps knows about as much as we do about what is to come. We merged off the highway, winding up another mountain road with no thought other than enjoying such a beautiful day and perfectly groomed tarmac. Little did we know it was all about to come to an end in the blink of an eye, leaving us to wonder where we were just transported to. With the threat of sunset looming, turning back wasn't an option, and so the decision to ride through whatever came at us was made. And Megg would attempt her first ever passenger drone shoot.
Good practice.
I gotta say, she did an excellent job for having little experience flying the drone, especially being on the back of a bumpy bike with such sensitive controls. She really is a natural. If you're enjoying the content, the best way to support me is to like and comment on the video and subscribe if you haven't already. I have so much more content to come and I want to continue telling better and better stories of our adventures, and your support motivates me to do that.
Now bring it down. Oh, oh.
Okay, should not have dropped that quick. Good job, baby.
You got them, Dad? I got some, like, there were some cool shots in there that would just be better if they were tighter on us, but obviously I don't have the skills to do that yet to like be.
That's okay. That's better than not having any shots, I guess. And you'll get better. It's practice. It's a win-win. You get some shots and you're getting practice.
Yeah,
just have to get you practicing.
Great, because we're like trying to chase us.
That's okay. We just have to get you, we'll be in lots of places like this. Just have to get you practicing stationary more. Just getting a good feel for the controls, you know? Okay. I was really not expecting to do a road like this today. I thought this was going to be too Mexico to Grutas. Eventually, we found our way back to civilization and rode to the top of the windiest road I've ever ridden. Finally, we arrived to our Airbnb. We quickly dropped off our stuff and made a dash for a tienda. I asked a local for the best one and he gave me a personal escort to town. Along with this random man and his horse, we collectively made our descent down the winding road. We got some groceries in town, enough to supply us for the next few days, and it was time to finally rest and enjoy our first night at the Cantaritos. Alright, so Meg was able to find and score a really unique Airbnb here in the mountains of Hidalgo. We're in the town, we're just outside the town of Orizabita. And we're staying in a freaking Cantaritos, an old Cantaritos restaurant that is just closed now, so.
Whole place to ourselves. Yeah, it's huge, isn't it? I'm gonna sit over here. Huh? Over here. He also said we can use that speaker. There we go. Un poco. This is so nice. We've got this whole place to ourselves. We're just staying in a room downstairs. So, sitting up here having a drink and watching the lightning.